might be some technical difficulties, or I might have to go out and come back in. Like I said, this is all new because of the fact that once again, this craziness is happening. But hey, this is the actor
What's up?
extraordinaire himself. This is Draper Wynston. He's currently a guest here on the show today. Welcome, sir.
Man, what's going on? How are y'all doing?
You know, can't complain, can't complain. This is Draper Wynston. If you didn't know, he is an actor extraordinaire, producer. I can go on and on and on. But Draper, tell me first and foremost, how did you get into acting?
Oh, you froze up.
I know I'm good.
You freezing up on me.
I can see you just fine.
I can see you. Yeah, I can see you, but I like your it's you go the sound is going in and out.
Oh, okay. So how did you become an actor?
Yeah, the sound is going in and out.
Yeah, it's perfectly fine on my side. So maybe that's because you're sitting outside and maybe your signal's, I don't know, not strong enough.
Man, I can't hear you. I can't hear you, man.
I can hear you perfectly fine. Yeah, you just paused. Can you hear me now?
Oh, there we go. All right.
Okay. All
There we
right.
go. Yeah, I'm good
Oh,
now.
okay. So how did you become an actor?
Man, it's a couple ways, man. I got a story. Um, man, I was hosting a step show maybe about 10 years ago. I'm a member of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. So I was hosting a
Okay.
step show, and man, there was a director in the audience, and he said, "Hey, man, I think you'd be good for my film. So won't you come, come audition?" And there you go. And man, I can say that's how I got started. I didn't get the part that I auditioned for, but he liked me so much in the audition that he came back and called me maybe about a month later and said that, hey, we want you for this movie. So you don't have to audition. Just come by the house, read the script. If you like it, then boom, you got the role, man. So that was how I got started.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
so it was in your college days that you got picked up by a director who didn't get you for the first part that you did audition for, but then you moved from there to a script that he offered you, and then you
Right.
took it from there.
Yep.
Um, so was acting a part of something that you wanted to do? Did you study that in college, or was it something else that you studied?
Didn't, man, I didn't. I studied marketing in college, man. I wasn't thinking about being an actor, man. But what's weird was when I was in high school, you get those senior memory books in
Right.
high school. So I had a senior memory book, and man, I found it, and in there it said, "What do you want your career to be?" And I wrote actor my senior year in high school, and I had totally forgot about it, man. And I went on to play basketball and all that stuff in college, so I wasn't thinking about acting at all, at all. But man, it's just funny how the universe works and how it just came back. So man, I guess is what I was supposed to be doing.
So I guess it was ordained that that happened.
Yeah.
Once again, big shouts out to Miss Tony, the beautiful Miss Tony. She is my co-host. She's currently in the live. So with that being the case, what was besides the role that he gave you? What was your first big role?
My first big role, man, I would have to say my first big role was probably on a national touring stage play called Dream with Your Eyes Open. And I was on the road with Khalil Kane from New Jack City and Girlfriends, Tony Grant from Tyler Perry's plays, Dietrich Hatton, Christopher Williams. I was on the road with those guys, so I would say that was probably my first big major national role, I would say. But I had done a lot of stuff regionally, worked with a lot of artists, actors and whatnot, in the Dallas-Fort Worth area and in other cities. Like Dave Hollister, let's see who else, Jennifer Holliday. I was able to do a stage play with her. So yeah, man, Jennifer Holliday. So Christian Keys. So I was able to work and be on stage with those guys. Terry Vaughn Just did a show with her not too long ago, and Columbus Short. So it's now I've been able to do a lot of stuff regionally, but nationally, that was probably the biggest one.
Wow. Okay. So with that being the case, what did you take away from immersing yourself into this world of acting?
Yeah, man, yeah. In
Hold
this,
on. Don't mind me. These are real questions because I'm a real radio host. It's crazy.
man, come on with it. Come on with it, man. I'm with it. Come on with it. It's cool. I would say immersing myself in it. Man, I also had a chance to work with Darren Henson from Stomp the Yard, and man, he's kind of served as like a mentor for me. So man, we've been able to talk and everything like that. So immersing myself in it, man, I've just learned how, man, how to be relevant and how to be somebody that people will always want to keep working with you. You know what I'm saying? And how people always want to keep calling you back to be able to keep doing it. And not only that, man, they taught me how to understand and work on your craft. You know what I'm saying? Not to just be up in front of a camera or just be on stage and just giving people lines, but really and truly connecting with the character and being that, being in that moment. So, man, that's
Yeah.
what I learned the most from
Darren D. Henson is my fraternity brother. So
them. Oh man.
we
Oh,
travel in the same circles.
oh man. Mr. Henson.
Yeah. He was
Man.
on a couple. I don't know if you saw, but he was on a couple of weeks ago on this show. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, so we got the chance to chop it up. What do you want people to understand about you as an actor?
Man, as an actor, man, I want people to understand that, when they see Draper Winston, Draper Winston is going to give his all to that character, and he's going to make that character as real as possible, and everything that you see him do in that character is going to be real, and it's going to be for the audience. I don't do any of this for myself, and then that way they can know that, wow, he worked hard for that. The work is put in before I even get on stage. Man, we just shot a film called Love and Drugs 2, and I had a fight scene in that scene, in my scene, and man, and I literally worked for about 4 weeks with a fight and stunt trainer, and man, let's talk about real work. And it was real work, but it was real work for 4 weeks for a scene that you guys are going to see in the film, which is about a minute. But it was real work so that it could be real to you, so that it's something that the audience can enjoy. So when you see Draper Winston and you see Draper Winston delivering a character, man, you're seeing him putting his all into that character.
Okay. So with that being the case,
Mm-hmm.
of total immersion, um, is there anything that's coming up that we need to look out for as far as the work that you're putting out, or something that you're going to get ready to star in?
Okay. All right. Well, I just released my first produced, directed short film called Rented Love. Now you can find that on culturefactory.com, and I'll put it in the comments here in a minute. It's called Rented Love. I was able to star in it, and it's out. It's on YouTube and everything like that. Just finished shooting a movie called Love and Drugs 2. Shot another movie called Low Key, which is in the final production stages. So they're editing, putting that all together. What else I got coming up? Just booked a role for a series down in Houston with Andre Dean from Carter High, the movie. And so, man, I'll be working on that. Southern Truce is out, a series that's out. You can go find that. And, man, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. And I got a lot going on. I got a lot happening.
Do you prefer stage, or do you prefer film or TV?
Ah, man, that's so difficult to answer. Okay,
I know.
but let me tell you why. That's so difficult to answer, man. But let me tell you why that's difficult to answer for me. For me, man, I got my start. I got my start in stage. Man, my first, ever I got a stage play. My first lead role was in stage. Okay. And then after that is when I got the role, I got the film. But what I love about stage is the instant gratification that you get um, on stage. You get when you hit a line and the audience loves it, you know, or you hit a line and they like, ooh, I don't like him, then you know that you hit that line the way it was supposed to be hit, you know. And so that's what I love. You can feel the audience because they're right there. Now with film is real. You know, it's real. You know, I can be more natural in film than I am in stage just because of blocking and stuff like that, like the technical pieces of it. So man, that's so hard to say. But if I had to choose, um, I would say, man, I would say stage. I would say stage, and the reason why I say stage, man, is just because that energy that you can exchange with the audience, man. So I would have to say stage.
Okay. Now the next part is, uh did you want to, after the first time you got on stage or first time you acted, did you say, I'm going to continually do this? Or did you say, okay, I did it, I got it out of my system, let me go back into marketing?
Man, the first time I hit that stage, I said, this is it. This is it. This is what I'm going to do. And then the first time I stepped foot on a film set, I said, man, this is it. This is what I'm going to do. And so I haven't looked back since. So now I started back in '07. '07 was when I
Wow.
first started. Yeah, when I first started acting. So, man, I've been blessed in some of the things that I've been able to do. And I was able to play Chris Paul's body double in a commercial out in LA. So, man, I've been blessed to do some things in my time span. But, man, that was it. That was it. I was convinced, man, this is the road that I'm going to go.
Okay. So is there any persons in this industry that you would want to work with?
Oh, Don Cheadle. Don Cheadle and
Okay.
Amari Hardwick. Don Cheadle and Amari Hardwick. Um, man, when Don Cheadle did Hotel Rwanda, man, hands down, I was like, this dude is by far one of the most brilliant actors and underrated actors. And Jeffrey Wright. Jeffrey Wright was Peoples and Shaft, and he also did the first Martin Luther King autobiography film. Man, those dudes, man, when I say brilliant actors, man, and I want to work with the best. Man, if you're not challenging me, I don't want to work with you. You know, so and Amari Hardwick, just the way that he dove into the role Ghost and all his other previous roles, man, those guys, those three guys are who I kind of look up to and kind of modern, you know, pattern myself after. Man, those three guys, dope.
Are Do you ever want to receive any accolades for what you're doing? Are you looking for the Oscar? Are you looking to get the EGOT, as they say?
Hell yeah. Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. And the reason why is it's not just because, man, it's not just because, you know, you want the awards. Man, you wanna know that after all the hard work that you put into it, all the years that you put into it, man, that it's getting recognized by your peers. Man, your peers are the ones that are going to be the ones that are going to be voting for you. Like, you know, your peers are going to be the ones that are going to be pushing it for you. So being recognized by your peers, oh man, that's because they're in it and they understand it. And so for them to value it, man, that's a big deal. So heck yeah, man, I got
I'm going to
all
say
four
again,
awards on my vision board.
EGOT is an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony. Just
And a Tony.
for
Yep.
people to understand.
Yep.
So with that being the case, wow, okay,
Mm-hmm. That's a
lofty goals.
heck yeah, man. But
That
I
makes
feel, yeah, I feel like if you don't set your goals that high, man, then you're not playing big enough. You know, if you don't set your goals that high, you're not playing big enough. So, man, I wrote it out. I want the EGOT, and I put each award up on my vision board.
all right. As they say, if you build it, they will come.
Exactly. Yep.
is there something that you're thinking about writing or putting together that you can somewhat expound on that people will get a better understanding as to who Draper Wynston is?
Yeah, man, I actually wrote Rented Love on culturefactory.com, actually, and which was we just released. I I wrote that. We got a couple other projects in the pipeline. The next one that's online, next one that's in the pipeline is called Fair Exchange, that I'm writing right now. And soon as this whole COVID-19 thing lifts, then we'll begin to produce that and get that out for the people. But man, I want to write real stories that people can relate to right now, you know. And honestly, man, I'm a fan of those 90s films, The Best Man, The Wood, Two Could Play That Game. You know, when all those came out, man, it was
New Jack
showing,
City. Absolutely.
yeah, man, it was showing us in a beautiful light, man. It was showing us as successful. It was showing us as, you know, we wouldn't have to deal drugs or anything like that. And it made us feel good at the end, you know, and it made us feel good all the way through the film. And so those are the type of films that I want to put out and that I want to produce.
Where did you grow up?
Man, I grew up in Grambling, Louisiana, and then went to school here in Arlington, Texas.
Now, where were you born?
I was born in St. Louis, but my family moved when I was 1 to Louisiana.
Okay. All right, St. Louis. All right.
Yeah.
Um, is there anything that you can impart to a young actor that's thinking about coming up in the game?
Woo.
He
There are a couple
has,
things.
sorry, somebody asked, are those films or plays? Actually, they're films.
They're films. Yeah, they're films. Yeah, they're all films. They're films. What I would say to a young actor is, you know, when you get into this thing, it's not as easy as what we portray it to be. A lot of people see the end of product, so they see the final film or they see us on stage. But man, there's hours of rehearsal time. There's hours of individual preparation time. You know, it's learning your craft. It's studying. It's man, it's a grind. It's a lot to it than just what you see. So when you get into it, make sure that you're dedicated to being in it. You know, and one of the things Don Cheadle asks any young actor, I was like, it's very, very profound, is do you want to be a star or do you want to be an actor? And there's a difference in that. You know, do you want to be a star or do you want to be an actor? An actor works. You know, a star is, you know, go post a couple pictures on Instagram and you can become a star that way. You know, but if you want to be an actor works, perfects his craft, man, and that's what I want to be. And an actor has longevity. You know, an actor has longevity.
One of the questions that was asked was, would you use any new and up and coming actors in your film?
Absolutely, absolutely. That's I say about probably maybe 20% of Rented Love were new actors. They were new actors, and I believe that we got to give people opportunities. Somebody gave me and blessed me with an opportunity, you know, when I was a new and upcoming actor. And so I believe that we got to reach back and continue to keep giving those opportunities to people that you can see that are dedicated to the craft. So, you know, you show me that you're dedicated to the craft, you know, then I'll be more than willing to give you an opportunity. So a lot of people, you know, especially here in Dallas, DeMarcus Bailey is a dope director, producer here. Snoop Robinson is a dope producer here in Dallas. And we all kind of thrive on giving opportunities to those new actors that have that potential. Give them a shot. Let them see where it takes them.
All right. Rented Love, you can currently see on YouTube, you said, correct?
Yes,
All
on YouTube. And then you can actually go to the actual website. I'm about to put it in the comments for you. Culture Factory. I'm about to put it in the comments.
Don't worry, I'm going to pin it right now.
Man, awesome. Factory.com.
Yep, it's already there.
There it is. Okay. You can actually go there. Just click on the poster, and it's with a K. Make sure you put when you spell factory, it's with a K because I'm a Kappa, so it happens. So just click on the poster, and it'll take you to the film.
All right. So we appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule and talking with us. We thank you for being a guest on the show today. And tell everybody where they can find you on social media.
Thank you, man. Man, I appreciate you guys for having me on. I really appreciate it. You can find me anywhere, Draper Wynston. That's it, on IG, Twitter, and whatnot. So you can find me pretty much across all boards. You know, just type in Draper Wynston, and I'll pop up.
All right, Mr. Wynston, I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule. Thank you for being a guest. Once again, it's your boy Mac 357. This is the Evening Experience Radio
Thank
Show
you.
from 5 to 7 every Thursday. It goes down, and you're going to see incredible guests like Draper Wynston. Hey.
Appreciate y'all.